We need to ask a very serious question, something we really need to talk about. Why is Ice Spice and Taylor Swift sitting next to each other at the Super Bowl? Why is Patrick Mahomes? Why is Ice Spice and Taylor Swift together for? Can anybody answer that for me? Like I'm not even watching Super Bowl and look at the shit from Twitter because I just enjoy Twitter more than the Super Bowl. I find football to be terribly boring from a computer screen or from a TV screen. It's like you look at the shit and it's like I lived the game, played it. At this point in my life, I have no interest in anything football related. It means nothing to me unless I'm playing like flag football. But that besides the point. I digress. Ice Spice and Taylor Swift are celebrating Super Bowl, and I ask, why is Ice Spice there? Who coordinated this event? Ice Spice is probably looking at it like I'm around a bunch of white women. I don't have a man here. Why am I here? I'm just watching this game from a fucking high ass booth. Taylor Swift is drunk as fuck. That relationship is a whole mess. It's a whole drama. Ice Spice is probably perplexed. Like, dude, this is a whole drama. I get to live this. Like, because she's probably dumb too. And Patrick Mahomes' wife is like, why? I'm a married woman with kids. What am I doing? Is this supposed to be interesting to me? and she's probably questioning her life too, because she's like, I think they're having more fun than I am, and I'm married to the star, and my whole life is boring because he plays football all day. And he plays. And here's the thing: you guys gotta understand about athlete wives. Athletes' wives are really waiting to see, like, what are you building outside of football? Like, what are your other hobbies and interests? Like, all you do is come every day, like, football, baby, football this, football that. The bitch is like, I don't even understand football. I tried to learn to understand the sport. I still don't fucking get it. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing as a dad? Nigga, there's dad duties. He's like, well, I'm about playing football. And she's looking like, I don't give a fuck. You play a fucking game. Do some man shit. That's what I'm saying. Athletes get no respect in the wedding game. It's almost pointless to be an athlete and get married to some degree. Unless your girl is really rocking with you. But like, if you don't have other things if you don't have other things going on outside just being the athlete, you're so fucked. You're so fucked in the relationship. I'm letting you know that, heads up. Learn some hobbies, young niggas. Learn some hobbies. But we get to the point. Taylor Swift and Ice Spice in a room or in a whatever it's called, a skybox. And they are. I don't know if Ice Spice was drunk. I haven't been monitoring the game, but I know that Taylor Swift chugged the beer when she was put on camera. Telltale sign of a toxic relationship. Like, Travis is gonna have to go through some shit when he gets done with this Super Bowl. He's not gonna be a happy man. She's gonna be just fucked up. He's gonna be taking care of a bitch, or she's gonna be fucking yelling at this nigga, screaming out, "When are you gonna marry me? Fuck this football shit. When are you gonna marry me? Put a baby in me." And Kelsey's like, I don't know. I'm gay. I like pilfer. I'm gonna collapse soon. Nigga, I took the vax. And see, that's what the Super Bowl really is about. It's not about winning. It's not about the game. It's not about the touchdowns, football. It's about watching social relationships fucking blow up in real time in high-press situation, because it's just all odd. It's so odd when we really think about that. We got people film. They're not even participating in the game. They're just putting the cameras on these motherfuckers. And these niggas, like, what do? Do you sit there and just watch the game like a regular person? No, Taylor Swift is a performer, so she has to do some shit. She doesn't know what to do. If she sees herself on camera, she's trained to just do shit. And see, this is the interesting aspect of the whole game. So interesting. And it's fascinating to see. Oh my God, man. Pray. Anyway, appreciate you guys for listening. And Super Bowl is it's a whole mess. I don't care about football no more. I think most of you guys should stop caring about football too. After we found out football was actually non-essential work. That's another thing. That's another side note that we need to start talking about. Is the true depression, or I would say demoralization, is people find out their jobs were not essential, and then now have to do those jobs and know that the jobs are not essential. So now they're looking at society like society ran without me, and I do this job, and I'm not as essential. I don't matter. Motherfuckers will find out their lives don't matter. This is fucking horrendously funny. Because the government did not think about the psychological damage on most people. I think our government largely fails to understand how weak the minds of most people are in humanity. Like especially in the West, especially in America, fragile mindsets. All it takes is one little thing that one variable they depended on. If that variable fucking blows up, the niggas give up. They fucking ready to quit life. And so we now had to figure out some type of correction. Because this is like also like a microcosm when it comes to what you call it. A microcosm of like the Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou fight. See, what a lot of people didn't see, I know I'm tangenting all over the place, but it's going to tie in. It's going to tie in, believe me. Francis beat he pushed Tyson Fury, and I was one of the guys that said Tyson Fury should have murked Francis Ngannou. Like I was like, dude, there's no way. 50, the best heavyweight. Like to me, he was the best heavyweight of all time, maybe besides Lennox Lewis. That's the only guy I would put above him. And I'm wondering, wait, as I'm watching, Francis is whooping Tyson. He's giving him rounds. He dropped him. And that's the best fight that Tyson got pushed in. And so Tyson, even though he won, he really lost. He got demoralized. And you know why he got demoralized? Because he realized my body of work, everything I've done, all the training, all the fighting, all the spars, all the rounds, everything that I've done my entire life, a complete guy who's 0-0, has no experience in boxing besides the striking and MMA, which at the time we all thought was not the same as boxing. We thought boxing was a sweet science. We thought boxing was the epitome of using hands. Apparently not. Tyson was like, what the fuck? What have I been doing for the last 25 years? The thing that saved me, the very thing that saved my life when I was spiraling out of control, I dedicated my life to boxing. And I find out a guy who's never done it pushed me the hardest I've ever been pushed in my life, in my career. And I had no excuses. I put in the work. Longest training camp, box, did everything I could do. And if you watch those interviews, Tyson Fury was like kind of depressed. He was like, what the fuck, man? Like, what? I got to get away from it. Like the showman is dropped. That was a man that was in severe depression. And that's what's happened to most Americans. Most Americans saw their jobs evaporate overnight. Everything done, evaporation. And they sat around the house for about 2 years. Free money, taking care of things, all the other things done. And then 2 years later, after watching TV and being demoralized, told they're not essential workers, from football players to the clerks, to everybody's pretty much doing a job somewhere for the most part, in a building or office. They were told they are not essential. You do not matter. We can operate society without you. And when that hit, most people are like, what the fuck? And see, I wasn't one of those guys. I didn't have a job. I didn't really give a shit. Like, I'm just a savage. I was a substitute teacher during the time period. So it's like, all right, whatever, fuck. I'm not working a real job anyway. I was still going out making money. But I didn't really give a fuck. Most people are not like me. Most people did give a fuck about shit like this. They can let other people dictate how they feel about life. And so that's what we're seeing with football players. That's what we're seeing with athletes all around the world. We're seeing this with entertainers. They're fucking kind of spiraling because we all realize they realize too they don't matter, and we realize they don't matter. And so now they're kind of just acting out. And Taylor Swift, she might be rich. Well, I really don't think she's as rich as we believe she is. Because once again, I understand entertainers, and they spend a lot of money. And that means that's a whole lot of bills, nigga. See, most people are not smart with money. Most people don't know how to multiply their money. They have to go work for money. Like Taylor Swift is still working for money. Now, she might collect some checks, but she still has to go on tour and sell things to keep up with her lifestyle. She's like the ultimate boss bitch. And here's the thing with all boss bitches. They eventually fall apart. It eventually goes down, and they are cooked because they spend more than they make because it's kind of empty because you got to have a family. And Travis Kelce is a Pfizer spitter and a coward, and possibly maybe gay, I would imagine. Bisexual to some degree. He's a booty smelly nigga. And so this is either going to end up in a toxic baby and a toxic breakup, or they're going to have a fucking baby and it's going to be next level insanity in a whole reality show, and she's going to start doing low grade. I'm telling you, Taylor Swift is going to do the same thing Drake is going. They all going broke. Everybody going broke is ever Apex, nigga. I'm going to be here forever. Because you know why? I do actual work. And when you do actual work that's essential, that people need to have done, guess what? You stay paid. Or if you educate people. If you educate people, you also stay paid because people always need to learn more. So you can always sell knowledge or you can always sell work. But you cannot sell bullshit, entertainment. They cook, nigga. The Great Depression, not the Great laziness is upon us. 2030 crash out.